Hey, this is M and welcome to today's special coaching video where I'm going to be talking about why married guys need to learn game 2 and why married guys actually need game more than single guys. And for you guys who are married, you're watching this, welcome to my coaching program. I'm glad you're watching this. And actually today's special coaching lesson is taken directly from my monthly coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery. This was a special coaching lesson that I did because I'm kind of getting tired of hearing guys who are married thinking that they're exempt from game. Just because they found the girl that their dream girl, and they got their dream girl to marry them, that they no longer have to game. They're now exempt. And now they're like, ha ha ha, all you guys do pickup. I don't need to do pickup anymore. I don't need to learn game anymore. I've got my dream girl. I've married her. And then what happens just a few years later? That girl starts to lose attraction for him. She starts to lose interest for him. She starts cheating on him, and then she finally just divorces him. Understand, if you're one of these guys who was fortunate enough to marry your dream girl, guess what? You need game more than single guys. Okay, do not kid yourself. You need game more than single guys because you need to keep that girl, your wife, attracted to you for the time that you're married, for basically the rest of your life. Okay, especially if you have kids. This is why I did this special coaching lesson, because a lot of these guys who are married have kids. The last thing I want is for more families to break up, because if you found your dream girl and you had kids together, I actually want you to stay together. And that's something you will never hear any other pickup instructor or dating coach actually ever tell you. Like, hey, yeah, stay together. So in today's special coaching lesson, we are going to talk quickly about why married guys need to learn game even more than single guys. And even if you're not married, you definitely want to stick around and pay attention, especially if you plan on getting married one day. You need to realize how critical it is that you understand and master game in order to keep your wife attracted to you. Just because you got your dream girl doesn't mean that the game's all of a sudden over for you, that, oh, I can stop gaming. She's a woman, you have to keep her attracted to you, just like her job is to keep you attracted to her and not plump up and gain 300 pounds and chop off all her hair, which is what I see a lot of these married girls do. A lot of these girls that were once hot, you know, they marry this guy because they know that guy has no other options but her. They know that he can't go out there and randomly pick up young hot girls like I teach you guys how to do. Because she knows that, she knows she could just start eating whatever she wants. She puts on 100, 200 pounds. She chops off all her hair. She stops doing her makeup, and she stops looking good for you. Because she knows that you ain't going nowhere. Why? Because you can't. You never bothered to learn this stuff. And she knows any young hot girls walk by you, she's not worried at all. Because she knows you cannot pick them up. Unlike myself, my students, and all the other guys out there who've actually taken the time to learn this stuff and learn the techniques and learn pickup and dating knowledge. Okay, the girls that I go out with, and these are some super hot girls, you would be blown away. Okay, most guys with these girls, and they tell me about their ex-boyfriends. They're like, oh, he was so paranoid. Anytime I wore like a tight shirt or anytime I did my hair, he was so jealous. He would freak out. He's like, don't wear all that stuff. You know, I don't like you getting all this attention. They would tell me about their ex-boyfriends, and then they would come into the relationship with me expecting me to be that way. And then very quickly, it's funny how the tables turn. And I see them getting jealous. I see them worrying about me. I see them worrying about losing me. I see them constantly, even if we're just going to the supermarket, they're doing themselves up. I'm like, no, don't do all that. Just put on your sweats or something. We're just going to the supermarket. It's like, it's like midnight right now. Nobody's going to be there. She's like, no, it's okay. She's like doing all her makeup and all this stuff. Something that she never did for any of her ex-boyfriends. Why? Why does she do all that? Because she knows that she could be replaced at any time. Even if you have no intention of replacing her. Okay, because a lot of the girls I date are super cool, and I don't have any intention of replacing them. But the threat of that is always there. Because they know that I had the skill to pick them up, and I easily have the skill to pick up another girl just like them. I didn't meet them through my social circle, and they know that. They know that I randomly picked them up, and I got them attracted to me, and they know that I can randomly pick up another hot girl, even hotter than them, even younger than them, no problem. And the threat of that is always there. And because the threat of that is always there, it keeps them on their toes. Because people, little A psychology lesson for you: people will act as good as they need to. But especially in relationships, people will act as good as they need to. Your partner, your wife, your girlfriend, she will act as good as she needs to. It's just human behavior. So you guys who are married, don't think just because you married your dream girl that you are now exempt from game, because you need game more than single guys need game. Okay, do not kid yourself, because you've got a much, much deeper investment than any single guy out there. Single guys, they don't have a house together, they don't have a mortgage together, they don't have kids together, but guess what? You do. So you need to keep your wife attracted to you the entire time that you are married together. You need to keep your wife attracted to you, okay? And the only way to do that is by learning game. And just because you learn game, it doesn't mean you need to go out there and keep picking up girls. And I'm gonna talk about that in today's coaching video. But you need to learn game in order to keep your wife attracted to you. Because let's face it, she's a woman, okay? She's a woman, and like any woman out there, she is biologically wired to seek the highest value male that she could possibly get. And that needs to be you, mister. And the way that you make that person you is by learning enough game to keep her attracted to you, keep her chasing after you, and keep her from running around out there looking for another alpha male to replace you. Okay, there's no need for that. But you cannot learn these things unless you learn some game. So even if you are married, if you're not in my program, you need to get in my program too, because I do have married guys in my monthly coaching program, Mastery. Okay, and the reason why these guys are taking my monthly coaching program is because they want to learn enough game to keep their wives attracted to them and keep their wives from leaving them for some other high value male, some other alpha male that catches their eye. Because once you got a girl who is attracted to you and is in love with you and can't keep her hands off you, guess what? She ain't going nowhere. Okay, she's not gonna go anywhere. She's not gonna cheat on you. She's not gonna leave you. She's not gonna run around behind your back, and she's not gonna divorce you. Last thing you wanna do is wait until your wife is already heading out the door. Wait until she's already losing interest in you. Wait until her attraction level for you has already dropped below the stratosphere. You know, a lot of you guys wait until you're already in damage control, then you jump into my monthly coaching program looking for the quick fix to get her back. Okay, it doesn't work that way, guys. You have to already have this stuff ingrained in you. You have to learn this stuff. You can't just already be in this position where your wife is already leaving you and thinking you could just jump in my program and learn a couple of weeks a game and save your relationship. It doesn't work that way. The way that you get your wife to stick around, keep her from banging other dudes out there, keep her from running around behind your back, keep her from all of a sudden sneaking off to happy hour after work. Like a lot of you guys, your girls are going to happy hour after work. You think she's just having drinks with her girlfriends? Think again, because that's one of the primary places that, you know, I teach my guys to go to, and that's one of the primary places that a lot of guys who are smart go to after work to pick up women, to pick up hot girls, to pick up girls like yours that's going to happy hour. The serious girlfriends that I have, they're not out there at happy hour. They're with me. Or they're at home, or they're doing something productive. They're not going out there for drinks with their girlfriends after work and trying to get male attention from dudes in the bar. They're not doing that. Okay, but a lot of your girls, they're there. They're there at the bar after work, a little happy hour with their girlfriends. This is why I'm telling you, if you're in that position where you're afraid of losing your wife, you're afraid of losing what you have together, you're afraid of losing her period and her divorcing you, you have to understand, you have to learn game. The reason why you learn game is so you can get good with girls, period. And this is something that I teach guys. You know, a lot of guys ask me, like, how do I get that one girl? How do I get my dream girl? And they too are looking for that quick fix. They're looking for the secret technique. And I tell them the same thing. You have to get good with girls, period. You have to learn game. There's no escaping it. Whether you're married, you're single, you have to learn game. You have to learn these techniques, but especially if you're married, because you have to keep your wife attracted to you and keep her from leaving you and dumping you. And these girls, again, they are women. They are biologically wired to seek the highest value male that they feel protected with. Okay, the highest value male that can keep them attracted to them and will almost keep them on their toes. Okay, all relationships are based on attraction. And once your partner loses attraction for you, she is out the door. Okay, and in my monthly coaching program, That is the primary focus. Is I teach you guys how to create attraction out of thin air. I teach you guys how to sustain attraction and maintain attraction with your partner so she doesn't walk out that door, she doesn't leave you or dump you like she does most of you guys, right? And I've been there too, so I know what it's like. And it's very, very easy to blame your partner, like, oh, she's a bitch, oh, she's a whore, she's a cheating whore, and all this other stuff, when, you know what, you gotta take a look at what you did wrong in the relationship too. And I guarantee, based off what I've seen from thousands and thousands of students who've joined my coaching program and students I've taught all around the world, it's the same story. No matter what the culture is, no matter what their ethnic background is, it's always the same story, that the guy turned into a little bitch and he started submitting to his wife. He started doing all that compromising stuff that, you know, a lot of his chump friends at work were telling him, like, oh man, you know what, on Dr. Phil says, hey, mister, you gotta compromise. Or they might have been like, oh, you know, I saw this on Oprah. Oprah was saying, this is how you keep your girl. And they're listening to all those clowns who their wives are running around behind their backs too. Trust me. They're listening to those clowns instead of listening to somebody who's actually been there, somebody who's taught thousands of guys around the world, somebody like a pickup instructor or a dating coach, somebody who's actually well-versed in this topic of attraction. And I'll tell you, there's no escaping it. You need to learn attraction. So you need to learn how to attract girls into your life, and you need to learn how to keep them attracted to you, especially if you're married. Because again, you have a much deeper investment than any single guy walking the planet. So even if you're married, you're not exempt. You gotta get in my coaching program too, and you gotta learn how to attract girls and how to keep them attracted to you. And guys who are married to their dream girl, guys who finally got that girl, a lot of those guys feel powerless now because they don't know how to keep her. They don't know what to do, and they're constantly paranoid and in fear that she's gonna meet somebody else and she's gonna leave. They feel powerless, and that powerless is leading to depression. And I'm telling you what the fix is, okay? And there is a fix for that, and the fix is to learn attraction, to learn how to keep your wife attracted to you. And in my monthly coaching program, you will learn that. Okay, so if you're not in my monthly coaching program now, you need to get in my monthly coaching program like ASAP, unless you want to continue living this sucky ass existence of not knowing when your girl is finally going to walk out that door, when she's finally going to dump you, when she's finally going to meet some other high value guy and just leave you, just walk out the door. So without further ado, let's jump into today's coaching video about why married guys need to learn game even more than single guys. And again, if you're not in my monthly coaching program, click the link below. That'll take you right over to my website, and you can get signed up right now for just $1. Okay, just $1. It's cheaper than any marriage counselor. It's cheaper than any divorce attorney. And I guarantee when you are sitting with a divorce attorney and when you're finally sitting with a marriage counselor, you're gonna look back and go, that $1 offer that M was offering was probably the best deal of the century. So you still have time to take advantage of it if you do it right now. Be smart, be proactive. Don't wait until you're in damage control with your wife. Take action now. Let's get started.
Hey, what up? This is my friend Brando. I never met you.
You remember my name?
What's the name of your dog? Look at her eyes.
No, what's your
What's up guys, this is M from the 33 Secrets. So why do married guys need to learn game more than single guys? Well, first off, because guys who are married have a much bigger commitment. Guys who are married often have a home, mortgage, kids that they need to take care of. So guys who are married often have a much bigger commitment than guys who are single. Where guys who are single, generally if they're dating some girl, they have very little attachment to them. Even if it's serious, they generally don't have joint bank accounts. They're generally not mortgaging a home together. And in most cases, they don't have kids together. Married guys have much more at stake, okay? So if you are a guy who is married, don't think for a second that just because you made your dream girl your wife, that all of a sudden the game is over for you. Okay, that all of a sudden you can just stop gaming and you can retire from game, because it doesn't work that way. Out of everybody, you need game more than anybody out there, more than the single guys, more than guys who have girlfriends or serious relationships. You need game more than anybody, because you're gonna need to keep your wife, your partner, attracted to you for the next 60, 70 years. And without game, it is very, very difficult to do that, almost impossible, I wanna say. And this is why you see our divorce rates are so high. And most of the people filing divorce, over 75%, are women. So it's overwhelmingly the females who are filing for divorce. And it's often because the guys that they married have stopped gaming, right? And that is one of the fundamental key concepts of learning game. Is the reason why you learn game is you learn how to attract the other person. And just because you got this chick to marry you, and just because you made her your wife, doesn't mean that you're all of a sudden gonna stop attracting her to you. I mean, because really, it's your job, for so long as you're married, to keep her attracted to you.
Everybody here wants you, my love.
And in most religions, since many of my students are religious, in most religions, divorce is a major, major sin. And we all know that in most divorces, the woman, your wife, would get custody of your children, which basically means that your kids would be raised by a single mother. And we all know the statistics when it comes to single moms. Over 75% of prison inmates were raised by a single mother. So that's the last thing you want for your kids. That's the last thing you want for your family. And interestingly enough, I've got at least a handful of guys that are married that are actually in my 7 months to mastery coaching program. And you might ask yourself, like, wait, these guys are married. Why are they taking your pickup and dating program? The reason why they're taking my pickup and dating program is because they want to learn those key skills in order to keep their wives attracted to them. And they're not learning it because they want to go out there to the bars and clubs and start picking up young hotties, even though with much of what they're learning they could, which as a result gets their wife even more attracted to them, knowing that, their husband's still the boss, that he could basically go out there if he wants to and pick up young hot girls. So even in my 7 months to mastery coaching program, I've got guys who are married. These guys are not trying to scheme and pull other women while they're married. They're not trying to cheat on their wives. They love their wives enough to learn this stuff, to invest the time and money into learning the stuff in order to learn the skills and the tools to keep their wives attracted to them. That's how important it is to them. And these are skills you can only learn really from a pickup artist, from a dating instructor. That's why they're in my 7 months to mastery coaching program. So I've got single guys, mostly single guys in that program, mostly guys who are just dating around and they want to acquire more dating options. A lot of guys who want to just start dating better looking women are in that program, and of course, married guys too. And the married guys aren't looking to do any of that. They're just looking to develop those key skills and tools from learning pickup and dating in order to keep their wives attracted to them, in order to keep their family together and keep themselves out of divorce court. Because like I said, once you get married, you're making a big commitment, man. You've got a big commitment, especially if you have kids. You not only have a commitment, but you have a responsibility to keep your wife attracted to you. Just like any woman, whether she's married or not, her internal wiring is going to want to be with somebody who could protect her and her babies for her lifetime, okay? And that needs to be you. And if it's not you, guess what? Somebody else will step in and take your place. I know it's kind of harsh, right? But that's the way it works. So, till next time, this is M signing out from Front Street Promenade, Santa Monica, California. I'll see you in my next coaching video. All right, so I hope you enjoyed today's special coaching lesson. And if you have not yet signed up for my Mastery Coaching Program, then you want to get signed up right now before it is too late. Because again, I'm going to have to take this down very, very soon and without notice. I'm not gonna give you guys warning and be like, hey, it's coming down in 5 days, get in. No, I'm just gonna take it down one day because that's how I am. You know, I might wake up one day and just be like, you know what, I wanna cut this off. Boom, I'm gonna cut it off. And the guys who are in my program who managed to get in before I close the doors, I'm gonna continue to teach those guys because those guys took action. And I love guys who take action, and I'm going to be honored to continue teaching those guys, as well as obligated to teach those guys because they're in my monthly coaching program. So it's my obligation to keep teaching those guys. But for all you guys who don't take action, who dilly-dally, who take your time, take your sweet-ass time, who waste your dollar at McDonald's or Taco Bell or Wendy's on their stupid dollar menu, you guys who make the poor decisions like that, and you don't get into my monthly coaching program mastery, I'm not gonna let you in later, okay? Just not gonna let you in, even if you pay full pop and be like, nah, I don't need the money, it's okay, don't worry about it. I'm gonna stick with the guys that are in my program now, and I'm just gonna teach those guys, because they took action. So if you have not yet signed up for my mastery coaching program, you want to do it right now, like ASAP. All you have to do is click the link below in my description box, take you over to my website. It takes 2 seconds to get signed up. And again, this is how much it costs for the entire first 30 days of mastery. This is it, guys. This is all it costs, $1. Are you telling me that you cannot afford this? Okay, $1, 4 quarters. That's what $1 is for the entire first 30 days. Even if you don't stay in past the 30 days, I want you to try it out, all right? Just try it out for the first 30 days. Take what I'm teaching you in the first 30 days. Take those invaluable, priceless lessons that I have to teach you in the 30 days and go out there and apply it. When you see a young hot girl, just try some of it. Just try some of it out, okay? And you'll see how powerful it is. You'll see how deadly this stuff is. You'll see that you can use this stuff over and over, even from what you learn in the first 30 days for one tiny dollar. Even for what you learn for $1 for the entire first 30 days, you'll be able to continue to go out there and practice and apply with every young hot girl you see that you want to approach, okay? You will never have to sit back like most of the chumps out there, you know, like you've had to your entire life, not knowing what to say and not knowing what to do when that pretty girl walks by you, okay? Because you've never had this kind of training. And believe me, you need this kind of training. You do, okay? Especially in today's highly feminized world. Don't buy into this delusion that, you know, you're just gonna meet the right person and it's just gonna happen. It's serendipity, it's just gonna happen. It doesn't happen that way. Trust me, attraction does not work that way. You need training. You need to learn this stuff. This is more important than college, okay? And I am saying that. I am saying learning pickup and dating is more important than college. I'm being honest. And I've had guys in my program, even guys that I've tried to discourage from dropping out of college. I've had guys who've dropped out of medical school to learn pickup and dating. It's crazy. You know, and you'll hear these stories everywhere of guys who dropped out of medical school, law school, to learn and focus on improving their dating lives. It's crazy, right? I mean, honestly, I believe you can do both. I believe you can still go to school if you really want to be a doctor or lawyer. Yeah, I encourage you to do that. But at the same time, you can still learn this stuff too. You can still learn pickup and dating. Okay, because obviously you're gonna be in class, you're gonna be seeing young hot girls out there, you're gonna wanna approach them. Or for you guys who have graduated, I've got a lot of students, a good number of my students are in their 30s and 40s, getting up there in age, and you know, they're just tired of being alone. Or they're tired of having to settle for those 4s and 5s. They're tired of coming home to an empty apartment. They're tired of their phone never ringing, never getting text messages, okay? Being ignored by young hot girls. They're tired of that and they wanna do something about it. They wanna take action. And they know this is it, okay? They know they have no other option. They've got to learn this stuff. They've got to learn this stuff and they've got to go out there and start applying it. Okay, because it does work. All this stuff works, guys. Trust me, it's been field tested already. You don't have to try it out for yourself. Okay, you don't have to be like Evel Knievel out there and doing everything by trial and error. You don't have to play stuntman. The work has already been done. Everything I have to teach you in my monthly coaching program, Mastery, is priceless because it's been field tested. Okay, it's been field tested to work. All you need to do is get into the coaching program and go out there and start applying it. That's it. That's all you need to do. If I could go back in time, back to when I first started in the game, and I could just sign up for a coaching program like this, I mean, and it was only $1, I would jump on it. I would literally jump on it. I mean, I would pay 1,000 times the amount that I'm asking for the very first month, where you don't have to go through the same pain, failure, and rejection that I did just to get to the actual stuff that works. The reason why the entire first month of mastery is only $1, the reason why I've only made it $1 is because I want you to get into the program and see what I'm teaching you for yourself. I want you to take what I'm teaching you in the very first month of mastery and start applying it out in the real world on real life targets, real life young beautiful women, real life 8s, 9s, and 10s. And I want you to see how deadly it is, how powerful it is, and how much it works. And I guarantee, when you see it work for yourself, you are going to be kicking yourself. You're literally going to be kicking yourself that you didn't sign up earlier, that you didn't learn this stuff earlier, that you wasted half your life sitting at home alone when you didn't need to, that you wasted half your life watching internet porn, you know, and coming home to an empty apartment and an empty bed, sleeping in an empty bed all by yourself when you didn't have to. Life doesn't have to be this way, guys. You can change your life, but you have to want to change your life. You can change the direction of your destiny, but you have to want to change the direction of your destiny. I can't do it for you. All I can do is offer you the tools that I have in my coaching program. All I can do is offer you the opportunity to get into my coaching program. Okay, and again, I've made it as easy as possible to sign up, and I've made it as cheap as possible to sign up. I don't know what else to do to get you to my program. Okay, I'm giving you a rock solid guarantee that this stuff is going to work. I'm practically begging you to go out there and apply it in the real world on actual young hot girls. I want you to go out and apply it and see how powerful it is and see how much it actually does work, because your brain is not going to believe it till it sees you doing it. It has to see you doing it. Seeing me do it is one thing, but once your brain sees you doing it, your brain's going to be like, oh my God, what else is possible? We can actually do this. We can actually go out there and do the same thing he's doing. We can create the same success for ourselves. Okay, the roadmap is already there. All you have to do is get into my program. That's the only step you have to take, and it's the easiest step. So stop waiting, get signed up right now, get in my monthly coaching program, click the link below in my description box, head over to my website and get signed up right now for just $1. Let's do this together right now. Take action. Let's do it. See you on the inside.